Listen here, assholes. This is the Slasher Smash podcast. I'm John. These two are assholes. We're going to talk about Fred.
Oh my
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, good job, asshole.
I kept thinking Freddy Night Lights. Why the fuck?
What?
Five Nights at Fried Chickens.
No idea.
Why is Friday Night Lights anywhere in your vocabulary?
Yeah, but it was Freddy Night Lights.
You know that's a movie, right?
With lights. What?
Friday Night Lights is an actual
Yes,
movie.
Tiffany, I'm well aware that gigantic football movie is a movie.
Okay, why
Nobody
is that on your
cares.
brain? Yeah.
You're being a liar. Did you know that was a movie?
Did you get that out of your system? You feel better now?
Oh, fuck.
I feel a little bit better. All right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Slasher Smash podcast.
Woohoo!
I am joined, as I always am, by Matt and Tiffany.
Hi.
What's up?
We just finished watching. God damn it.
Hold on.
Hi.
Hi. This episode is brought to you by Toast. Get some from your toaster today.
I love that ad so much. We just hosted a watch party in our Discord, and we watched the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
And if you didn't join us, I'm very disappointed.
I am too. You're a fuck.
That's true. You piece of shit. Anyways, this movie is based on... How many video games is this now?
So there's I think there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4...
Official video games. You gotta point that out, because there's been a lot of indies.
There's so
A
many,
lot.
like, gamer-created ones. There's actually a lot, because then we go into Sister Location, and then there's, I think there's Sister Location 2. There is a lot. If we're talking the legit regular Five Nights at Freddy's, I believe there's 5 official
Just
games.
the fan fiction on this is ridiculous.
Oh,
from
God,
my understanding. And a little disturbing. I'm sorry, Chica should not be that.
Chica is a very well-liked female animatronic.
No.
Hold up. I want to state this for everybody that's watching. So I have limited knowledge of this.
Chica.
I know
Zero
a little bit about this. No, I know a little bit.
John has beaten his meat
7-year-old
to
daughter.
Chica on Pornhub, and that's about it.
There's a
Everybody
lot of Rule
likes
34.
Chica. I don't know
I
what
think
you
I get
want.
the story.
Matt, she's thick with 2 C's, alright?
I guess. I don't.
Chicken breasts, you know what I mean? Anyways, you guys
Fat
are
chicken
big
breasts.
fans? You guys are big fans of this?
Tiff
I've
is
watched,
more of a fan than me.
I've watched Markiplier play all of them, so yes.
I've watched
like
a
Five
few
Nights at
episodes on
Freddy's.
YouTube, but it never caught my fancy enough, and I think it's probably more so Markiplier, like you said, Tiff, but I might have watched
there's a lot of
here and there.
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers who've played it, but I think Mark was the one that consistently uploaded, so that's just the one that I watched.
So according to Google,
Why Friday?
the franchise currently consists of a total of 20 video games, 10
Yeah.
main,
Holy
6 spin-off, and 4 troll games.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And a total of 48 books.
Oh, I didn't know about the books.
Can you search how many... I'm not shocked on the books, to be honest. I mean, I'm not shocked on that at all, but can you search how many animatronics there are?
Oof, out of all those games, there's a shit ton.
To me, the continuation of it is highly anticipated based on the amount of animatronics that you have. Each one is going to have their own story, right? I mean, these guys, we have a certain amount of story to, not a lot, but we got the gist of this.
I don't know how the characters themselves intermingle. It's kind of more like when there's a new location, there becomes new animatronics. Whether or not they all
Right.
have their own individual backstory, like the original cast, I don't...
And I do not foresee them not giving Garrett, like, a place in this. I'm sorry, I cannot get past that point. Garrett has to be somewhere here.
That's why I'm wondering, because I really do think, now that I think about it, I really wonder if he was Balloon Boy. I don't think that... I think that
It's
when
definitely
Afton...
possible.
I think when Afton took Garrett was when he was just starting this whole animatronic thing. So I don't think he created Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy just yet. I think they were in the process of trying this. And I think Balloon Boy Either that, or it was after those were created, and when he was taken, that's when Balloon Boy came in. I don't know. They didn't specify when he was taken versus when Afton started doing all this animatronic shit and kidnapping children.
Let's put it this way. Garrett won't be discovered until the money runs out. Not the movie. So, I mean, they could leave it at this, but I don't think so. I think that this movie has done good enough that they will make a second one.
Somebody listed on Reddit 102 animatronics.
Holy fuck, that's a lot more.
Yeah, there is a shit ton. Because there's a game, and I don't remember which one. I think it's like Fazbear's Pizzeria or something. They have this one place, and you can choose from all these fucking animatronics to do whatever challenge it is. There's one where they have all of them coming at you at a single night, and you have to try to fucking keep up with everything. I've watched Mark play this multiple times. It's fucking crazy how many animatronics there are.
All right, so let's get into it. What'd you guys think of the movie?
I think that it was amazing. I thought that it is incredibly difficult, and I was talking about this with Tiff, it is incredibly difficult to transform a video game to a movie with still holding true to the video game's values or ethics or logic or however you want to put it.
Just the story in general.
Exactly. While still making a good movie. It is very difficult to do that in a lot of aspects.
But still, just because it was the same creator of the games helped out with the movies doesn't mean that the movie industry could have been like, okay, well, we're doing this.
Yeah, they could have.
What you fucking... They've done that to other books and other game adaptations. So it's not like, oh, the creator was there. He probably had to put his foot down.
Even other games have overridden the original game masters or writers of those games. A valid point would be Vampire the Masquerade. They just totally threw out the original writer on the second one, which pissed me off when I heard that. So
yeah, but with how big the lore is for all this, if they were smart, and usually Hollywood producers are not, they would not fuck with this.
But but there have been series that have done that.
This is the problem when it comes to Hollywood producers versus fandom, basically. Fandom, basically.
Dumb or dumb?
Hollywood producers look at numbers and data and money, right? And they compare it to other films that have nothing to do with the basic plot line. Versus fandom compares what they view as a good movie overall in a specific environment.
Yeah.
So the problem is that the producers have no idea where their fans' minds are at, and nor do they care. They care about money and data.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes this results in a shitty piece of shit garbage.
Shitty piece of shit garbage.
Of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, as far as video game adaptations to movies, this is probably the best one I've ever seen.
Yes. It's definitely ranked very high up there.
Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil is okay when it first came out.
It's okay. It didn't hold very high to the video game atmosphere itself, but it wasn't bad. The first one, anyway.
I think it was okay. I didn't think it was great, but I guess I was coming in as an adult expecting a spooky movie, but this is geared towards the FNAF audience, the teenagers, the younger kids, and this is, more I thought about it, this is a great way for kids to kind of get into horror and realize, it's not just blood and guts.
No, if you look at this movie as standalone in John's aspect, with hardly any knowledge of the FNAF video games, don't expect too much, because if you are expecting this, because you're looking at all the movies that are coming out nowadays where they're horror and scary and these things are gruesome looking. No. That's not what FNAF is. FNAF is literally a inner story of a man who killed children and then stuffed their bodies in animatronics to make them alive.
And that actor of that man is amazing. Is an amazing actor. I will point out. I really much like that guy. What's his name?
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard?
I can't believe they got him in there. That's
he's
I love
amazing, and he looks good now with the beard and everything.
My ranking on this might shock you guys, so we'll see.
I don't. The movie's slow. It's very slow. It's a lot of build up.
Yeah, it's not a fast, action-packed movie by any means.
Were any of the, like, when the animatronics would attack, were any of those kind of like the jump scares from the game?
No, I think that they're not able to do that because you have to remember FNAF, the whole game, you are sitting in an office, you are not allowed to walk around and move, so the animatronics are coming towards you. So they kind of did that, in the beginning, but the jump scares that they do, like, to, like, kill you in game, they're not gonna be able to do that because they're not
They
safe.
can.
There's the one with Foxy at the beginning when he killed.
It makes reference to it, but it's never going to be as intense as a first-person view. Now, do I foresee them being able to do that with somebody? Let's just say they make another movie, hypothetical, with a bunch of group of kids that decide, hey, let's go check out the old Freddy Fazbear's. We'll get our cameras and it's haunted. Do I foresee them doing that shit in the camera view?
That would be fun.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Do I see that?
Cool.
But
as of
scary. In this atmosphere and the way that they're trying to portray it, it wasn't very. It wasn't very referenced to the game. They tried.
They took aspects of it. Like when you saw Bonnie and Chica in this camera looking directly at the camera because they know where the office is. That is kind of what they did in game. Like you would see them in the camera. Like there's one where Bonnie would be standing looking this way, but if you look closely, his eyes are staring up at the camera, looking at you. So I mean, they kind of took that element. When you saw Foxy at the end of the hall and then like go towards him, that's an aspect. Foxy will do that. He'll come out from his curtain and he'll run, bang on your door if you close it, and it kind of like sucks your energy up when he does that. Okay. So, I mean, they kind of took that aspect of Foxy running down the hallway aspect, but... Yeah,
there's definitely references to the game. It's just you can't really duplicate the jump scare aspect yet. Not in this.
Yeah.
It's the first one, this is the first one they made. They couldn't really go too hard in one direction or not. They had to see how it hit first.
And I don't know what kind of budget that this movie had either.
I think it did pretty well for the animatronics because I thought they looked pretty decent.
They did look really cool. They did look really cool. Not overly creepy, but still creepy enough.
But also, that is also the point of the game. The first game, they're not really decrepit. They've only been closed for a short amount of time. We actually don't know when this film took place. Did you see a year?
I did not.
Like they said, they talked about it opening it was open in the 80s because the bite of 87 was when shit hit the fan with Fazbear.
Was there ever did anybody see a cell phone?
No.
I don't think so. I would assume, if I remember correctly, it was big in the 80s, so I believed it closed at either the end of the 80s decade or at the very beginning of the 90s.
Because based on the cop car, it looks like this is 90s, that this would take place, maybe late 90s, but...
So in that case, it's been under 20 years. So technically, these metal animatronics are not going to have rusted or aged that much. So they're not creepy looking yet. They haven't been destroyed. They haven't been tried to, they haven't been burned down yet, attempted to burn down, so.
And I'm not going to go into too great detail on, like, the technological advances, because for all I know, they didn't have stun guns back then, or who knows. But I'm trying to base that on a timeline. Mm-hmm. And it could be iffy.
Yeah, maybe that's why they left it up to your imagination. Never really stated it.
Well, then we're fucked.
Well, and I'm sure that's another reason why they weren't like showing dates everywhere, is they didn't want a strict hard timeline. They wanted kind of like this is around this time.
Make it soft, it's easier to manage.
Because that might have hurt them if they would have shown us a year, and then like with the certain technologies, maybe they would have shown something and we would have been like, that's not in that time period, get the fuck out.
Right. So they do try to make sure that doesn't happen, but obviously that does happen.
Yeah.
Tiff, what were your thoughts on the minor points of this movie? Like, what really stood out to you? I really like, again, this was heavily based on not Freddy Fazbear as all of the games, but more like the first game. This really heavily took place on the story and lore of the first one. And that really stood out to me
with how closely they were to keep that. Like, they made it feel more real, like it could happen. Like, you have the video game, you're stationary, and that's one thing. But to bring it to the movies where it's like, hey, if this were a real life fucking job, here's how it would play out as. And I liked how they did that.
So this fulfilled your fantasies.
Yeah, it didn't feel over the top, and it didn't feel like they undershot it by any means.
What was the worst thing about the movie to both of you?
That's a very good question. What bothered me the most?
They didn't talk as much as I was hoping about the Bite of 87. The Bite of 87 was a huge reason as to why Freddy Fazbear's, why the whole thing even started happening.
Maybe it's entirely possible that's something they're going to reference later.
I just thought that they would have, because again, that was a huge part of the first one, is they talked about the Bite of 87. Like, it was mentioned from the guy who was talking on the phone. So I kind of would have liked to have we wouldn't have had to get the whole thing, but just a little bit more leading to that Bite of 87 kind of thing. But I know that Afton plays a huge part with creating said animatronics.
Is he still a human in the games? Any changes, or is he already?
I'd have to double check because I don't remember how the order goes, because the way that the games came out is not technically the sequential timeline. So I'd have to go back and double check. But there is a game that you play, and then I don't remember if it's supposed to be like you're playing as Afton, but when you are playing. After every night, you see this guy who, like, loves his job or whatever and is happy, and then after each night, he gets more and more, like, decrepit and deteriorating. I mean, and you learn that that's Purple Guy, a.k.a. William Afton, who is the one who kidnapped all these children and killed them. And it's a lot more of, like, killing them in the back rooms of Freddy Fazbear's establishment, which is where all these animatronics have started happening.
Who was your favorite character?
Who are you asking?
Either one.
Foxy's my favorite animatronic. I've always loved Foxy. Even in the video games, Foxy's just fucking cool. I don't know why.
Matt?
I like the lawyer.
We don't know what happened to Doug!
They did nothing with Doug at the end. He just he faded into...
They didn't
Doug
even...
was a normal dude. He realized there was some fuckery going on, and he made sure that he was not part of any more of this fuckery.
Smartest man in the movie, I tell you
Smartest man in the fucking movie. And honestly, I'm probably going to stick with that because I really don't particularly like any of the characters in this movie. I think that they're all very selfish and based on, and literally think of their own wants over common sense. I really don't like any person or entity in this movie except for the lawyer and maybe the taxi driver. Taxi driver's just trying to make a living.
Taxi driver was
I like
shit.
that guy too.
I get it. All right, he was fun. I'd have to go, honestly, if I had to go acting, I'd have to go the sister, because she reminded me of my fucking daughter the whole time. I was like, all right, you acted pretty
Yeah, I
good.
could see that.
And then, taxi driver wins. He's the only one that was believable.
You know what? I think the taxi driver's definitely going to win because Doug's kind of a pansy. So yeah, definitely the taxi driver.
Yeah, but when you're getting paid, you just go, all right, I'll just take more money.
I will say I was disappointed with the ending on the closure of the aunt scenario. You have this custody battle that's happening in the beginning of the movie, and you don't show her at all. Did she die? Did Golden Freddy actually kill her, or did she just get knocked out so that way they could get Abby out of the house? They didn't specify.
That was Golden Freddy in their house?
Yes, Golden Freddy was the one that
Yes.
came to her house and basically brought her to Fazbear's.
It would have been simple too. Just show the blood.
I didn't need a whole segment. Either you show like he was getting dinner ready for them and you saw him rip up the paper and throw it in the trash. I would have been like, okay, fine, done. It's been taken care of. He stood up to his aunt and said, fuck off. Like, I'd be okay with that. But there was no reference.
What would you rate it? I'm very curious, although I think I know, but what's the rating you guys are giving this movie?
I would give it a smash. I enjoyed it.
Matt?
Is it my turn or is it still Tiff's turn?
Oh, I'm
Well,
just
I
trying
did
to
say
fill
the
the silence.
I did say the word Matt, so I would imagine I probably moved to you.
Matt, okay.
Oh, Matt, what do you think?
Matt, what do you think of this goddamn movie?
John, every question, if you're pointing it at Matt, you have to say Matt.
Oh,
Yes.
Matt, can I get your thoughts?
My thoughts on this. I can't say if it's a smash or slash. I'm actually going to have to go halfway.
Oh.
And the reason why I'm going to do this is because I feel honestly like society is going to deem it whether or not it's going to be a slash or smash. From my personal standpoint, I would rank it more just over the slash and more into the smash. And the reason being is because I know enough about the lore and the history of this game to say that. But if somebody who didn't know shit about the lore of this game were to see this, I don't know how they're going to react to it. I really have no idea. I can't.
Well, John's got more of that opinion because John, we know more lore than John. So that's why I give it a smash, is because I know the lore. If someone were to watch this with no knowledge, you are right. It probably would be a terrible movie in their eyes. Or maybe not terrible, but it wouldn't be that great.
We are looking 100% for your opinion.
Yes, but I'm going to rank this, I would go out on a date and date again to see.
I'm so disappointed you kept talking. I wanted to interrupt and yell, this is the fucking slash or smash podcast.
Shut the fuck up.
Not slash or smash or halfway podcast, Matt.
And that's why I started laughing.
Then yes, smash. But it's hard to give this thing a smash just like I would give Killer Clowns or Intruder like a smash because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed this because it's held so true to the game. People who don't have that reference, they have nothing to go by.
That's fair.
And I have to view it as a decent standalone movie too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Fuck you, John.
Speaking of fuck you, John, what about your rating?
Yeah, what do you think, John?
Actually, you guys are going to be shocked.
Oh my god, you're going to give it a smash.
I am actually going to give it a smash. On the basis that it wasn't boring, it also was not made for me. It was made for a much younger demographic, and I'm giving it the smash rating because it was okay. It was still fairly entertaining, but I feel like it's going to open the door for a number of good movies after this as well. I think maybe they're going to realize that they can go a little rougher, creepier, whatever with the next one. So that will also probably be good. And if they keep going with as many movies as they did games, I don't know, we could get at least 4 or 5 decent movies out of this before it starts turning into the Saw series.
Taking on to what you had said about they can go more creepy, with them being able to progress with the story, they have the opportunity because the animatronics do get creepier. This was the opening gate of, here's the story of Fazbear, here's the animatronics, this is what it used to be, and then now because all these things have started happening and you're getting the more depth into the story, when they start doing 2 or 3 or whatever the number they go down, as long as they don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck this up. Producers,
also, John's a little bitch.
I am a little bitch. But this movie also proved to the world that a video game movie can stay true to the story and do good.
Pretty sure that's already been done. I don't know what video game it was, but I'm sure that's been done yet.
Well, it was not Assassin's Creed, I can tell you that much.
I never watched it. I thought Assassin's Creed, as far as games go, was repetitive and one big stupid history lesson.
I didn't even get through the first one all the way, alright? I couldn't.
Mixed with fiction, so it didn't even help you learn proper history.
And
I don't like history.
Whitewash the shit out of the cast, and then you have the movie. Repetitive, boring, and just an awful ending. Well, there you go, everybody. A unanimous smash rating. This is actually a very good video game movie.
Well, technically, Matt didn't say smash all the way.
No, I'll say smash for my personal opinion. My personal opinion.
2 smash ratings and a halfway.
Halfway. Yeah, that's a half a chub is what that is.
All right,
Whatever
Tiffany,
you're into, guys.
if you guys enjoy our content, where can everybody find us, Tiff?
I don't know, on any of your podcast platforms. That's all I got. YouTube.
And-
YouTube for this one.
Great job, Tiff.
Facebook, Instagram, X. I gotta hate saying that. I hated
Say
saying
Twitter.
Now I
Say
hate
Twitter.
X.
Do you have
But
a
yes,
TikTok
everyone-
or no?
No, not yet. I'm working on
What
it.
the fuck is your problem?
But well, okay, Matt. Then you can edit the fucking videos for
I'm not
TikTok.
editing shit.
Well,
I can't
shut your
even do-
blue
I
ass
can-
mouth.
Luckily, I'm lucky if I can do this.
John, this is
I know.
why. This is
And
why
we're
I
on
didn't say
YouTube
anything.
Music. We're on YouTube Music. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know we were
yeah.
on YouTube Music. What the fuck?
I know,
What
right?
music are we making?
This right here.
Sweet baby making music.
Sweet,
I'm
sweet,
out.
smooth blues.
That's
Hit
right,
the
I'm
bass,
out.
everybody. Me and Matt are going to put on a show for everyone.
Yep, I'm walking out. Peace out, bitches.
Thanks for watching, everybody. You have a... We got to come up with a cool sign-off. Just so I'm going to throw
We'll
that in
think
there
of
before.
one by the 20th episode. Calm your
and
shit.
have a grave night. Oh, it's stupid. I hate
Is that
it.
just
No, it's
because of
stupid. Or just
Halloween?
remember-
That's just dumb.
I hate all of you.
Oh, wow, it just went to automatic hate. Just remember, we'll either slash or smash you sometime later on.
I hope it's
I'm
smash.
sure it should not
I
smash
hope
him.
it's smash. All right, everybody,
All
you have a great
depends.
night, and thanks for watching.
Bye, guys!
Bye!
Bye. Ghosts are really good at hacking.
Ghosts will find a way about
You guys
the
are stupid.
The after.
Your arguments are stupid, and your points are stupid, and I hate all of you.